Alright guys, so instead of responding to everybody's comments individually, I'm going to do a video response. So to start off, check this out. Here is a 55 grain Hornady VMAX. Here is the 7mm that I'll be shooting. Significant difference there. That's the 180 grain Hornady ELD match. I got 100 of them to start with. I've got the barrel and the twist rates there for the 180s, so for sure I'm going to be shooting 180 grain bullets. That's decided. As far as votes for the cartridges, there was Winchester Short Mag, Remington Magnum, 280 Ackley Improved, and the 7mm SOM Short Action Ultra Mag. Here's how that went down. I had 9 votes for WSM, 9 votes for Rem Mag, 6 votes for the 280 AI, and 4 votes for the SOM. The SOM is already down on power compared to the WSM, and it's got the least amount of votes, so let's just knock that one off the list. We'll call it good. 280 Ackley Improved doesn't have as many votes, but it's an interesting cartridge. Same with the Rem Mag, because it's easily available, and a lot of people will probably have interest in it. And the WSM is a good contender. It's got the high velocity. So, let's run through some of the comments. I'm basically going to go through people who commonly comment on my stuff and kind of talk about what they said. So let's see here. Rem Mag had easy to find brass for. It's a good point. Rick Nethery says he votes 7mm Remington. As far as 6.5 Creedmoor, whatever works for you. He just wants to see long range shooting. So thanks, Rick. I appreciate that, man. Kyle Lusk just started a new channel. Be sure to check his out. Touchy subject, 7 Rem Mag is available. Many people may want an obscure load as well. He likes what I'm doing here. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate that, man. Your vote was put down for Rem Mag. Let's see. Zombie Headhunters. They actually shoot a 7mm Rem Mag, and they get theirs out to 2,600 yards successfully. So check their channel out. They've got a lot of cool stuff over there. I actually have some of their zombie head targets that I need to go take care of, but I need to get my 7mm built for it. So that's coming up. It's probably going to be a few months down the road, but I'm excited to get out and shoot that. So I appreciate you guys commenting. Thanks, Zombie Headhunters. Vaughn Precision says, test out H1000 with the 6.5 Creedmoor. So I'd be having to shoot some really heavy bullets for that slow burn rate to work for the projectile. But that could be really interesting. If somebody out there has quick load, send me a message or drop a comment on this video. I'd like to try and figure out what the safe levels would be of H1000 behind a 147 grain or the 150 grain Sierra Match King. So that's good. That's good stuff. That could be a lot of fun. Vaughn Precision has had a 7mm mag before. He says he would go with a short action version, but also the 280 AI would be a good choice. So kind of 2 votes there. I put him down for 2 votes. The Ackley Improved definitely sounds fun. Any Ackley Improved out there is going to be a good round, and that one's almost the most like commercially available. Basically, I can buy brass for it. There's load data out there for it. There's no real mystery to the 280 Ackley Improved, which is a good thing, because I'm not super advanced like make my own Wildcat and just make my own powder charges and all that kind of stuff. So the Ackley is a good way to go. Kentucky Patriot says, I don't know what to tell you, but I'll be along for the ride. So I appreciate that, dude. I always see you in my comments, and I really like talking with that guy. He's got a great channel as well. Maxim Dalchok says, the belted mags are an antiquated design. Semi-true. They're old, but they work. They still work. Basically, he says go with a short, fat case. So that's kind of a vote for the SOM and the WSM. It sounds like he hand loads for the WSM, so that could be interesting. So I put him down for WSM, which I'm a fan of. I like the WSM. It's got the higher velocities out of these cartridges. It actually ranks in everybody's reloading manuals as being slightly superior in velocity to the 7mm Rem Mag. So another Rem Mag. Bryce with Defensive Resources, he's got a great channel. Be sure to check that out. He says he'd go 7mm mag. Keep an eye out for Fort Scott's 7mm bullets. I haven't checked those out yet, dude, but I will. So I will definitely be looking into that. Uncle Jim commented. He's another Utah local, but he didn't give me an answer. He didn't put in a vote. I don't know what's up with that. Come on, Uncle Jim. Eagle Eye Shooting. He's got a great reloading and shooting long range channel. He goes through and does very interesting processes in load development. He does things a little bit different than I do, so check that out if you're looking for different ways to do load development. He says he agrees the 7 Rem Mag would be a cartridge that most can follow as it's commonly available. He wants me to chronograph the 7mm bullets downrange, so basically set up the chronograph right in front of the target and shoot my target, and hopefully not shoot my chronograph, which I could put a plate in front of it, but that'd be really interesting. Basically, he wants me to do that to try and come up with better ballistic charts, so that could be really interesting. Idaho Rogers USMC, he says he would stay basic with 7mm Rem Mag. It's a more common round, more viewers can follow your lead. Yeah, put you down for 7mm Rem Mag. I get what you're saying there. It's a good point. Let's see. Do one of the short mags. There's plenty of info out there for the really common rounds like 7mm Rem Mag. So, here's a real question. Is the reason that people aren't watching WSM videos because there aren't WSM videos? And I've gone through and I've looked up reloading 7mm WSM, reloading 7mm SOM. And there's really not any good content out there. There's like 1 or 2 videos, not saying those are bad, but there's not a series of videos on how to do it. So it's kind of interesting. I would like to get on there and kind of help people out that might be interested in the cartridge. And also, the more people you get interested in the cartridge, the more commercially available things will become. Not saying that I can change the shooting industry with my little channel here. Let's see here. I like short mags. Can't go wrong with a short mag. Let's see, DeGun Nut, he's got a great channel. His is fairly similar to mine. He goes out and shoots and does low development and then does videos on the targets. I really like that style of channel, so I appreciate him putting up his great videos that he does. His vote is for the 7 WSM. You didn't mention the 7mm 08, although it doesn't have the high speed of the others. It'll still reach out to 1,500 yards. Also, it's a nice, efficient, light recoiling round. It's on my short list of next rounds to get into after the 6.5 Creedmoor. 7mm 08 is a great round. I've got nothing against it. The only problem I have with it is I'm trying to shoot really far, and I kind of need that velocity to really get out there. He's not wrong. It'll take you a really long ways. Don't get me wrong. It's just going to have a little more drop than something that's going faster. That's just ballistics. So, unfortunately, it didn't make my list of cartridges that I want to do just because of its handicapped velocity. And you can't push a 7mm 08 up to the velocities that I'm looking for safely in the 180 grain bullets that I'm looking at doing. So, I did consider 7mm 08. It just didn't meet the criteria I was looking for. CS Reloading Bench, he's got a good channel over there. 7mm Rem Mag is his vote. He also asks, have I seen Chuckin' TV? He shoots a 7mm Tikka. I recognize that name, and I'm sure I've watched a couple videos, but I don't think I subscribe, but I might be changing that as soon as I look it up. Loads of Bacon put in his input. This guy, he's always got good suggestions. So he says, I have no useful input, so I say I want to see you shoot 500 yards with a potato gun. Now 500 yards, I'd have to figure out the ballistic coefficient of a potato, so if somebody can help me out with that, I'd appreciate it. I'd have to weigh it first as well, so it's probably looking at like the, let's see, about 4,000 grains. I mean, that's about a half pound. I actually know a guy with a potato gun, so be careful what you wish for. Let's see. Timothy Robinson got in here. He was basically just warning me to stay away from a round that basically you can't find brass for. It can make things a pain. That's absolutely true. Timothy Robinson's got a great channel. If you guys are into casting and reloading for pistols, or he even does rifle shooting as well, all the casting and reloading guys, that'd be Loads of Bacon, Thor's Axe, Timothy Robinson, and also Eagle Eye Shooting. He's out there with his cast lead stuff as well. And I really enjoy that. I like watching and learning about it because I know nothing about it. So it's a good way to learn more about firearms, which is always fun. I would like to get into casting, but at the moment, long-range precision is eating up all my gun budget for the time being. But hopefully I can change that in the future. Go 7mm WSM. You can shoot 180 grain VLD Burger at 2950 feet per second. I don't doubt that you can. In fact, that's right where I want to be. Here's the deal. The WSM, the Rem Mag, and the Ackley Improved are all going to be within about 100 feet per second of each other. Depending on exactly which bullet and exactly which powder I go with, I can run the 280 Ackley hard, and I could probably keep up with the Rem Mag. I mean, depending on the load, you can do it. It's really similar. So my point is, they're all similar. I just need help deciding on which one to go with. Totally Brown. As far as I know, he's from New York, and he's got a great shooting range up there. And Totally Brown has some awesome videos. He does 338 Lapua shooting, and he shoots an old 45-70, and he'll shoot that thing like 600 yards. It's the best shooting I've ever seen of the 45-70. Be sure to check out Totally Brown. He does a lot of great videos. So he, let's see, great videos make viewers ponder ideas. He votes West Desert Shooter shooting the 7mm shooting times Westerner. He says it has a good ring to it. The numbers are close to the Ultra Mag, another fine choice, while using less powder since recoil is going to be a factor in all of the cartridges up for choice. Just as well make it heavy and reduce the recoil with weight. The gun would need to be at least 15 pounds to be fun to shoot, plus a good muzzle brake. I have a few 7mm mags that kick more than my 338. Oh, he has shot a few 7mm mags that kick more than his 338. Yeah, the gun should be decently heavy. Big bull barrel on there, and then I put the Boyd stock. I may end up actually adding a little bit of weight into the stock, but it's going to cost me a lot more powder per round, and it's going to recoil a lot more. And basically, I want to be able to get down behind this gun, go out into the desert for a day, and shoot up to like 40 rounds in a day and not have to worry about it. So that mostly comes down to recoil. I will be running a muzzle brake on here, and I want to shoot a 7mm 180 grain bullet as fast as I can with the least amount of recoil I can get. All three of these are going to be really similar, but I don't want to go up above into the next level like the shooting times Westerner. It's a cool round. It sounds like lots of fun, but I just don't think it's something I want to lay down behind all day. Let's see, 280 AI, 7 WSM. Those are literally all of that commented, but I appreciate you guys' comments. Let's see here. Somebody wants to see me shoot the 6.5 Creedmoor with 147 grain ELDM over Varget, and then he wants to see me shoot the 150 SMK over Varget. Now, those aren't ideal powders for those bullets. They're not going to get the velocities that some of the other powders can get, but there is load data for it, so I'm not saying that I can't do it because I already have Varget on hand for my 223. I could load up 10 rounds or so and just kind of get an idea for velocity and basically see what safe pressures would be. So I could do that at some point as long as I get the heavier 6.5 bullets, which I plan on doing. So speaking of Thorzak 777, he's right here. He's had a 7mm mag. He would look seriously at the 280 Remington AI. He says you can make brass from 30-06 or 270 brass. I'm pretty sure you can. Basically, you just have to turn necks and ream out the inside of the neck if it forms a donut when you neck it down, which I was trying to stay away from. I mentioned that in the first video. I don't want to do any crazy wildcatting, so I try and find a round that I can buy factory brass for. But it is a cool idea that in a pinch, I could take 30-06 and make a 280 AI with it if I had to. He goes on to say that he likes watching me shoot long range because not everybody has access to the range like I do, which is West Deserts of Utah. I mean, I can shoot from miles out there if I have the gun to do it. So I really like to, and I want to do that. So this is what this gun's for, is to shoot really far. I'm actually going to have to find a new range. A lot of my videos, like my 1,000-yard videos, those are all in the same spot. But I think I'm going to find a new range to try and do like the 2,000-yard shots and 2,000 plus. I may end up going to Wyoming. Hopefully I'll go up and meet up with the zombie headhunters, and maybe we could go shoot like 2,600 yards out there. Those guys have a great range up there as well. I have a vote for 280 AI, vote for 7mm SOM, and I had somebody basically do a negative vote. He says I wouldn't recommend 7mm WSM because there's basically no brass for it unless you are willing to buy factory ammo for brass, and 7mm SOM is pretty close to the WSM. So I'd like to see a 7 SOM build because I've been interested in 7 SOM for a while now, plus I have a Tikka T3 and would like to see what it would take to machine the bolt head for a fatter case. So I actually will be able to make a video when I get this all gunsmithed out, and I plan on doing that because I've never really seen good videos on it. That's because Von Precision just hasn't done them yet, but he's working on it. He'll have some great videos on that process. As far as specifically the T3 and opening up the bolt face, yeah, I can do that, as well as changing the action length on a Tikka. It's possible to do. They all use the same receiver. Basically, the bolt stop is either longer for the short action, or you shorten it up so your bolt can come farther back, and that's what makes it the long action, which is cool. So then you just swap out into a long action magazine, and you've converted your short action, which I have, into a long action, which I need. Even with the WSM or the SOM, I would probably go to a long action with a long action magazine so I can put the VLDs in it, but I can still utilize factory magazines. So I think that's a good way to go. Well, I appreciate everybody's comments. I really do. You guys had some great input. There's a lot of great comments in there. If you haven't, go back and check some of the comments. There's some I skipped over, but I appreciate everybody talking about it. I'm really interested to see how this goes. I think I've made up my mind as far as what I want to do. Basically, I need to order my dies now and wait for them to show up. Then I will be getting a reamer for the barrel. I'm going to rent it, and we get a 3-day window to ream out the barrel. So I'm going to wait just probably into January at some point. We're going to ream out this barrel. I'm going to finish up the How to Reload 243 Winchester series with the 243. Once that series is done, I only have bullets for that series at this time. I've got another powder recently that I can try with that series. So I basically got like 90 bullets to do one series with, so I'm going to shoot the hell out of my 243. And then that's going to conclude the whole Tikka T3X with the 243. At that point, it's going to go on and become a custom Tikka, which I'm really excited about. And I cannot wait to go shoot one of these things, 180 grain, 7mm. And I want to start out, well, it's going to be 100 yards. I'm going to get a load developed and then basically figure out what my ballistics look like from there, see if I have enough holdover, and I'd love to go for 2,000 yards as the first long range shots with the 7mm that I'm going to do. So thank you guys for your time. It's been awesome. I really appreciate everybody's input. You guys really have helped me decide on which one I want to go with, and it might be surprising which one I do go with. So we'll talk to you guys later, and you'll have to wait to find out what I choose to go with. Appreciate it, guys. We'll talk to you later.